Hey guys, welcome back to my channel where I try to keep it under 5 minutes and then a timer goes off. Today we are talking about pricing and some math, which I am really questioning if 5 minutes is going to be enough because me and math, not so good, which is why I wrote some books. So anyways, pricing a book when you were self-publishing. I went through Ingram Sparks. They had a great pricing calculator. So you are selecting options. Do you want a hardcover? Do you want a paperback? Do you want the heavier paper to be used? Do you want color, black and white? Do you want a certain size, right? Obviously, the bigger the book, the more expensive it is to print. So you get to choose a lot of these options, and obviously they can either raise or lower the total print cost. Now, when you're pricing a book, two things. Yeah, two pieces to really keep in mind are you have a print charge, and if you're doing distribution, you will probably have a wholesale distributor charge. So what that is your print cost is pretty much how much it takes to print your book, right? So if everything came out to $6, this is what it takes to actually physically print a book. That's your print charge. That money you don't see. That comes out of what you're charging retail for. Your wholesale discount is what you're willing to give your distributor or online bookshop that's selling your book. So that's fair because they're a channel for people to go on and purchase your book. So it's fair that they get a cut. There was a minimum for Ingram. I forget if it was 30 or 35%. That minimum went up to 55, 60% if you really want to be considered to have your book in a brick or mortar store. I was not concerned. I was okay with just having my book online, and I also couldn't rationalize what I was charging retail with this discount of 55 or 60%. So I just went with the minimum discount. So what we have is you choose a retail cost. So for sake of simple math, you are retailing at $10. That is what you've chosen to sell your book at. It is costing a total of $6 to print your book. That comes right out of the $10 that somebody's paying online for your book. And you're offering a 30% discount to your distributors. So 30% of $10 is $3, so that goes right out to be paid to that distributor. So what is left over is actually what you make as an author. So this is why they say you cannot get rich writing unless you're like a New York Times bestseller. I feel like I'm sure there's ways to get rich writing, but at the end of the day, there were a lot of scenarios I added up, and I was like, I'm gonna make 3 cents per book. So you want to make sure that the retail cost you're assigning to your book, you're not overcharging for your book. It makes sense to somebody buying it, but you're also not doing yourself a disservice and undercharging or underpricing it. You want to keep the print charge in line with what makes sense. So obviously make sure that you're not just settling for what makes sense price-wise, but it's not the book that you want it to look like, if that makes sense. But kind of just play around with the different options to price that out. And then you want to make sure that the wholesale discount you're also giving makes sense. So at the end of the day, you want to make money off a book, right? Even if it's not much, you want to make something. You don't want to be in the negative for charging for this. So make sure that you're making some money and that you're happy with what you're making with every copy sold. So anyways, this is a very high-level, simple math way to break down some of the costs involved when you think about retail. You have to think about these things, crunch the numbers, and make sure you're happy with what you're going to bring home into your pocket. So hopefully this helps. Maybe you totally get pricing and you were not as confused as I was, but if you are confused, hopefully now you get it. And anyways, we will talk soon again on another topic for under 5 minutes, and hopefully it helps you out. All right, guys, we will talk soon. One thing to quickly note on the wholesale discount, I always take it out of the price, but I believe the wholesaler buys your book at that discount, so that kind of brings the total cost of the book down, and then the print charge comes out of there. However it is, when I do that math, the wholesale discount comes out of what I'm going to make. So again, if my cost is the $10, then I can expect 30% of that to not come into my pocket. So probably a better explanation of the discount, but anyways, whatever that discount is, not my pocket.